Hello. We have finally made it. We have internet. I can finally go live with this stream. So I'm glad you're here. I saw some folks tune in. Let me know who you are in the chat box, where you're from. And I know that there may be people all around the world looking at this. We'll see. But this is mainly for those that use Music Stand. If you're a part of a choir, praise team, a church, anything like that, I'm just going to dive through how to use Music Stand. And this is a good tutorial that I believe you will enjoy, you will learn from. So I'm going to give you a moment. Get your device. If you got one of these, an iPhone, a Samsung Android, or an iPad. I am going to use an iPad for this tutorial. So I'm going to give you a moment to make sure you have it downloaded. If you have it downloaded, give me a thumbs up or say I've got it. And I want to make sure everyone can at least begin right from the top on this tutorial. So we got Brian Bailey, good friend of mine, went to college with, from Amarillo, Texas. Yes, we have met before. Good to have you on the stream. Delana from Plano, Texas. You're in my choir. So good to see you. And we got Brian James. This guy is a master. Like I guess myself, he knows how to do this too. But it's good to see some of you music ministers tuning in, and then we have Jerry Fleming, and from Singing Men, we have some Singing Men people online. Good to see y'all as well. Give it another 30 seconds to a minute. Hello, Marcy Meeks. Marcy Meeks just joined our choir about 3 weeks ago, and glad you're in on this tutorial. Guys, there's this guy here named Tim Adams. Tim Adams was around when I was a kid. He was actually a music minister. I got to sit under, learn from as well, from my best friend's church growing up in Oklahoma City. So, Tim, it's good to see you, brother. All right. Carol Ward from Wiley, welcome. All right, like I said, once you have your iPad, iPhone ready, you're going to open up the Music Stand app. We're going to get right to it. Once open this up, and there we are. Okay, everybody's in, I hope. All right, let's dive into this. We got a good group of people on. So I'm in Music Stand here from Okmulgee, Oklahoma. Hey, Tim, good to see you, brother. So I am using, let's see if I can make this work. Give me 1 second. Try something here. Let's do this. All right, there we go. Grab your iPencil if you want. If you're using an iPad, I'm going to use this as I go through this tutorial. Open up Music Stand. Here we go. Let's dive into this. Okay. Turn up my brightness so at least I could see. So what you're probably going to see if you have this, or if you're part of a church, you're going to see probably the next order of service that you're going to participate in. But we are going to start with plans. So I'm going to click this hamburger menu in the the left hand corner of my iPad screen here. See if y'all can see the mouse. I don't think the mouse will show for you. But there's this little hamburger, 3 lines at the top left. I'm going to tap on that. This is my wife's account. I tried to get as normal as I can to what you're seeing instead of as an administrator. So on the far left, you see plans here. These are the plans that are scheduled out for our church. as you can see, Rachel has a schedule here. This is her schedule to play for February 5th, the 9:30 service, the 11 o'clock service, and so on. And that goes all the way through February 26th. If you look down here, I'm kind of at the bottom now. You will see the services. We have two services, and then we have a church conference, which is our business meeting, Wednesday night worship. This is for our choir rehearsal, and then other services such as our Christmas service or Christmas Eve service, special choir rehearsals, and then of course VBS 2022. That's just the way we do it at Hunter's Glen. So that is everything to do with plans. We're not going to click on anything yet. So just make sure you know where you are on your device. This should work for you on your iPhone or the Android device. So that's just plans, okay? Now we're going to move to the right and to this next column, and we're going to look at songs. Now, once I tap that songs button, you will see all the songs in our database. Your database may be different from mine, of course, but these are all the songs that we sing in our church or we have sung in the past when we first set up Planning Center Music Stand. So this is the database. Now, if you want to just have a time of worship on your own and you just want to learn a song, you could tap on any song and you can drag it over into your column to where you can sing the song. Here, for instance, I'm going to tap on 10,000 Reasons. Now, there's several different arrangements of 10,000 Reasons, and I'm just going to click on Lifeway, just the Lifeway. Now, you notice there are attachments associated with this file. And for our choir, if you're part of the Hunter's Glen Choir, you will notice piano vocal. And so I'm going to tap on piano vocal. And here is that song. Just if you have a funeral you need to sing for, this is just for you. Or if you need to do a special event, you can have access to the account to use these songs and worship with as well. So I'm going to go into more detail on the song itself in just a little bit. But for now, we're just going to back up. Now, you're probably wondering, how do you back up? Okay, I'm going to tap the center of my screen. And I'm presented with a menu at the top. You notice that? And then there's a back button. So I'm going to tap back. And I am back to the songs database there. So that is just the songs, okay? So now let's not worry about songs anymore, okay? Now we're going to look at settings. If you have any questions, just let me know and in the chat box, and I will answer them. So settings is at the bottom. We're still in this main gray menu to the left. So I'm going to tap on settings. Your settings may be a little bit different if you're on an Android device, and also the iPhone, it may show a little bit different. Excuse me. I just had a Coca-Cola, so I'm trying to keep all that in. Here we go. So show item descriptions. This is just for your personal preferences, whatever you like to see for yourself. Allow plan screen to sleep. We'll play with that stuff later. Scrolling direction. Now, this is how you want to see your music. If you have your iPad in landscape mode, as you see, you can show 2 pages or you can show 1 page. But if you have it in vertical, you can have a single page or a half page. When mine is in vertical, I keep it straight. Brian saying, excuse me, Coca-Cola, try keeping it. Brian, you like to make me laugh. Thank you, brother. So that's the scrolling direction, all right? Come back to the menu here. Hide status bar, I don't have that on. Zoom only when toolbar is visible. I do not have that on. Next item preview, that's on. And show key for item preview, all that is on. Now, some of you may play an instrument. and all that. And so this is all this controlling pedal and keyboard input. If you want to hook up a device for all that, be my guest. That'll be probably another tutorial on how to do all that as a musician. The other stuff I would not worry about, to be honest. So that's just the settings. Pretty simple, pretty easy, okay? But now we're going to dive in to order of service. The order of service is this next menu, or this whole big area to your right. And so you'll tap that and it'll get rid of the songs in the plans, okay? So everybody doing good? Thumbs up if you're following along. If you need me to slow down, let me know and I will slow down. All right. So this is Sunday for us. So our service, hey, Mr. Colburn, our service starts with pre-service music loop and then an intro video, and then we have a welcome to worship, which is what I typically do, and then we go into 2 songs. Okay, so if you're a choir member and you're wanting to listen to these songs before the service, this is where you begin. Okay, so I'm gonna tap on this song. Okay, I'm just gonna, don't worry about the orchestra, piano, accompaniment. Don't worry about that yet. Let's just get right into the song. Once you're in the song, of course, you see the sheet music here. Scroll through it and sing along with it. Now, you may want to turn some music on, or if there's an MP3 associated with this track, how do you do that? I always tell my people, just tap the center of the screen to get the top menu up at the top here. So you notice there's that top menu. If you are a musician and you play an instrument and you need to look for your part, there's this drop down. If you look in the center here, I'm going to drop it down there. I can change some things here. So let's walk through this, okay? Don't let this scare you. You're not going to mess anything up. Okay, there are files associated with this song. So I'm going to choose file, because sometimes when you as a vocalist will log in, it may show that there's an alto saxophone or a bass guitar part instead of the piano vocal part or the choir voice part. So for this song, these are the files we have. There's a lead sheet, of course, and then there's piano vocal. I would encourage you to tap on piano accompaniment if you did not see that when you logged in. So this is my wife's iPad. So she already set up her files. So if you need to, take a second, find piano accompaniment in the key of F, okay? Then you'll click done. All right. Now to the right at the top, we're still working in this blue area at the top. There's this circle with an arrow in it, which is the play button, okay? If you tap that, look at the bottom. Going to be presented with the song. You sing along. And how he gave his life on Calvary to save a wretch like me. So and so, okay? Let's push pause for now. You can listen to that song, okay? Now, some of our songs, such as our choir anthems, I'll get to that in just a moment, will have special parts to them, and we'll go through that here in a second. So now we've gone through the music, and we found the MP3. Now you're probably wondering what all this is at the bottom of this iPad or your iPhone or whatever. You can tap this up arrow and you're going to be presented with a lot more stuff. Okay. Don't get scared. You're not going to mess anything up if you touch it. Okay. So if you notice Victory in Jesus, there's only a demo for that song. Okay. So there's only one MP3 for that. All right. Delana, tell me where you are and I'm going to help you. So don't feel lost. Don't feel lost. I'll slow down a little bit. Tell me where you are. I'm not going to leave anybody behind. You just have to type it. While she's doing that, I'm going to, if you look at the top of your device, you'll see this arrow to the right. I'm in the right corner now. There's a down button, which will cause that to go away. So I'm going to back up. At the Music Stand Planning Center, are you downloading the app? Have you downloaded the app and logged in is the question. Let us know. And then once you get in, I'll continue to help. Okay? So that's Victory in Jesus, guys. So don't worry about anything else on the screen. We're going to hit the back button. Go to the back button. We'll dive in to more details once we get to the choir anthem. Okay. I have already. Okay. Are you seeing the February 5th order of service? If you didn't click on February 5th order of service, then you need to do that. She is a part of my choir, so I can tell her where to go. Okay, have app. Are you logged in? Make sure you're logged in. Get that log in, and we'll get you going. For now, for the rest of us, can't find February 5th. Now, okay, that's a good question. When you can't find, I'm going to go back to plans on this left side of the screen. You can do this little pull down. Put your finger on the screen in this area and pull it down. Now I have everything loaded so I can see everything. So you want to pull it down and release, and it will update for you. A little trick as well that for all of us to know. So, and if we don't see something, always refresh. That's what it is. You can do that on either side of the screen. For instance, the February 5th, if I go in there and I do a pull down, it'll refresh that if your music minister has made any changes. So you put your finger on the screen, Delana, just put it on the screen and then pull the screen down, just like you're pulling don't let your finger go away from the screen. You see how that's how I'm controlling the screen here. Okay, but make sure you're doing it over in the menu, plans, songs, and session area. Okay. All right. The rest of us, keep coming. Let me know once you're in, and we'll get you caught up. Somebody recording this. I'm recording this, and it'll go live on YouTube. It's on YouTube right now, so I'll probably edit it a little bit. Hey, okay, yes. You're in, Delana? Can you see February 5th? Fingers crossed. Tell us yes or no. I'm in settings. Oh, you don't want to be in settings, okay? Be in this plans. Look in the left top of this iPad, what I'm holding, you'll see plans. And I may have to just do a Facebook Live with you or something to help you, to keep you going. But till you figure it out, try to get to plans, then tap on February 5th, 9:30 traditional service, and you'll be right with me. Okay? But for those of you that are still just tuned in, thanks for hanging out still. We're going to go to the order of service here, and I'm going to scroll down to Psalm 150. This is the choir anthem. No worries, Delana. This is the choir anthem for us this Sunday, okay? So for all my choir people that need to practice, this is how you will do it. And Delana, just kind of follow this screen, because we're going to save this. It'll be posted right after the live is finished. Okay? So our children's choir and our adult choir will be singing this song this Sunday, Psalm 150, okay? Now, I'm going to tap on the center of the screen again in case some of you need to get back to this blue menu. That's how we get to the blue menu. And you notice that there's an eject at the top because we never really exited out of the audio part of Music Stand. And so I'm going to do that just to get rid of it. Then I'm going to hit it again so that you know how that menu at the bottom of your iPad works. And I'm going to push pause for now. Okay. So anytime you press the play button, you're presented with that bottom menu bar of all your songs. Okay. Now, right now it has Psalm 150 alto. So I'm going to tap on this. So we have an alto part, a bass part, soprano, and tenor, and the listening track. So if you're an alto, you're going to tap on, let's change it since alto is already selected. I'm going to select the tenor. So the tenor part is loading. You'll notice that if you're following along. Okay. And it will start playing. Okay. I'm going to push pause, give everybody a bit of a breather. And I'm going to tell you to do something else. Let's say if your internet has gone out, like me this whole week pretty much. If I want to, I can download the MP3s, all the MP3s, so that way I could practice if I don't have internet. If I don't have any Wi-Fi around, I can still use Music Stand. Look in the top right corner, there are 3 circles. In that first circle, if you tap on it, I'm going to tap on it. And if your music administrator will allow you to download, it'll be a great thing. I allow my people to download these songs to learn and practice. Some music ministers don't, but I would encourage you probably to allow the download so that in case your choir members are presented with no internet, that they can still practice. So it says this will download 8 songs in the playlist. You're connected to the network over cellular. This could use a lot of data, which I'm on my Wi-Fi. And so you can click or tap download, and those songs will download. I'm going to hit cancel because I don't need to do that right now. So download whatever you need to if you like, okay? And don't worry about the rest of those circles. We'll get there in a moment. So now we got the tenor track going. I'm going to press this down button at the top right. I'm going to press that down button. Okay. And now I want to practice the song with the tenor track playing. So I'm going to push play. And so now that is going. We'll listen for a moment. And you notice the tenor part is above all the other parts. So it makes it easier for your choir member to practice on their own. All right. Let's pause for a moment. Now, let's say if you needed to make a mark on your music, or your music minister said, hey, make sure you circle this, or this marking, for instance, this is mezzo forte on the screen. And so measure 10, 11, 12. If you have a pencil like I do, you could tap that screen and you'll be presented with a bunch of other stuff just to confuse you and make you go crazy. So now I'm going to circle this mezzo forte there, just to make a note. I can also say, don't sing so loud. If I can get that in there. Well, I went outside the screen. So you can do whatever you like. And if you need to erase, you just hit this back button and everything will erase. This back button at the top of the pencil marker eraser board. Or you can just use the eraser and erase everything. Change colors. Use a ruler to make sure you stay straight as you're writing. All that. It's something that you could totally just do on your own and have fun and play with. Like I said, you're not going to mess anything up for anyone else. No one else is going to see this but you, okay? Not even your music minister will see these notes. So you can mark bad things about your music minister on the music if you like. So, hey, Trent Blackley, good to have you here, brother. Glad you're here with us. Thanks. All right. So, all right. How do you get rid of this menu? Go away. I want to get back to my music now. So look, I'm going to tap done. And then I'm back to the regular menu. And if I tap the center of the screen, I don't have any of the other the top menu on the screen at all. So So now you can keep rolling and practicing. Turn it back on.
Praise the Lord, sing his greatness, all
Okay.
creation. Praise the
And now, if once you've done everything, now you need to back up to get back to the main menu of the order of service. Just hit the center of the screen. Always remember that. Tap the center of the screen. You'll be presented with these menus. So I'm tapping that screen. There's another thing we didn't go over, so I'm gonna exit out of the audio file. This exit at this top circle here in the top right. There it is. That's out of the picture now. This metronome, pretty much, this is, I would say, for musicians that are playing along as you practice. That way, by the time you come to worship or to rehearsal, especially if we play with click at our church, and so you're going to have that click going in your ear while we sing the song. So, but if you want to do this on your own, you're able to do that here. So, vocalists, if you want to, great, you can. Or if you play the piano, like my wife, and she just needs to make sure she's just in time, she can use the metronome or just play along with the track. And so I'm going to exit out of that. Well, a couple of things. Let's walk through it. That way we understand what this is all about. All right, if I push play, this will be what you hear. 1, 2, 3, 4, and you can change it up a little bit. 16ths, but we don't need that. So I'm gonna go back, turn that off. You can change all sorts of things here with the metronome as well. Yes, this is going to be on YouTube for your people to watch, my friend. All right, I'm going to push pause. You can change all this up. Like I said, you're not going to mess anything up for anybody. If you need to practice this song with 135 beats per measure, be my guest. So, but 77, I believe, is where it was. And you can also, it'll tell you right at the bottom here, 77 is the norm. So if you want to put it back to 77, you can. We're in 4/4 time because of this song, so it doesn't make sense for you to change it. This stuff is just there for you. Pretty much the music minister would probably use this, or the instrumentalist, but mainly your music minister will be using this. I've done this before. Whoops, let's get back in there. I've used the flash before when we didn't have click, and this will just help me to keep on the beat as well. So, like I said, you don't really need to worry about that, but just so you know what it is, that's what the metronome is. And then, of course, there's the pencil marking that you could use to mark all over your music. Okay. Once again, let's get out of this. We've gone through that. I'm going to tap the screen, hit the back button, and we're back to the order of service. All right, so here's another trick. I try to tell my people that they can find their music as well. If you look at Victory in Jesus, there's this little arrow pointing down after orchestra piano accompaniment. If you tap that, you're presented with all the files for that song. So you can change it here. Like I said, you could do it here, or you can tap the song, tap the center, get rid of that menu because we're down there, and look at the top. There it is again, this menu at the top here. We could change the whatever file we need. Now let's continue on in this, and then I think we're going to be close to being done and answer some questions, okay? All right, PDF options, all this, here's those files we want to look for, but we got the piano accompaniment, we're good. If your music minister has made notes and you want to see his notes, if he does that, you can tap annotator here, and no one else has made any notes to this song, so you can't tap on those persons' notes. Now, if you want to see their notes, for instance, you can tap on it and it'll pull up those notes. But most people don't do that because they want to do their own notes. I never do import, excuse me, from another file. Edit I'm sorry, let's get back in there. Edit lyrics and chords, reorder pages. I don't do edit lyrics and chords. I don't mess with that because our arrangements are all set. We don't need to change anything. Now, if you're a part of a worship band, that's kind of a different tutorial that we could possibly do to where you change up chords and all that, but we're not doing that here. Reorder pages. Now, there are times where I will change an arrangement up. So this can be scary for some of you, but don't let it scare you. Tap reorder pages. Okay, so now let's say your music minister is only doing page 4, 5, and 6, and you want to get rid of 1, 2, and 3. So you could do this on your own. You're not going to hurt anything. Tap those X's here. Now I got to make sure I undo this because my wife will kill me Sunday if this is left like this. So I'm gonna, if I click save, I'll click save for now because I can put them back for her. Watch, I'm gonna forget. Okay. So now Victory in Jesus starts on page 5, and that's it. So if you need to do that, that's what reorder pages does. Or let's say if you need to add, if just throwing things out here, so don't take choir, don't get confused because of this. All right, so 4, 5, and 6. Let's say we need to bring in page 3. I'm going to tap on 3 at the bottom, drag it up. All right, good. If we can get that right there. There it is. I'm going to put 3 and then put 4 right next to the 3. Well, let's do it again. So I could rearrange the order of pages however the our music minister wants to make that arrangement. So, but I'm going to get rid of all this and cancel and get this back to normal so that Rachel won't kill me. So this is pretty much kind of the tutorial on how to use this. A couple other things is you could change in the main menu at the top right. Is this you can change it from dark to light, and of course you could play everything here with that. And then you can open this up in services. This is another tutorial, okay? Because services is something that Music Stand works with, but that's going to be probably in another week or two. We'll do a video of that and how we use services, okay? All right. Hey, let's open it up for some questions and let's see how everybody's doing. I wanted to kind of make this a 30-minute tutorial, so we'll take some questions and try to help some folks out and how to use this. So, Delana, I hope that you were able to get this going. Slaughter the man, the legend. You are the man, the legend. All right. How are you casting your iPad to your computer screen? All right. Let's see. Let's see if I can show you that. Let's go to another camera. Oh, this is on lock. Let's go back to here, Brian. I'll show you. So this is the studio here. So I have the iPad cable, and it goes right into the computer, which I use a program called Ecamm Live to do all of my streaming. That's how it is done. Really, really easy. Oh, you found February 5th. Great, Delana. And I hope now go through the tutorial once it is posted because it's going to post. I'll post it right away and dive in and follow what we went through. It will guide you, I promise. But now it's gone. I think you'll be able to do it. Michael Ware says, "Is there a way to set which instrumental vocal part is set as a default?" No, this thing changes all the time. I think some of us have talked about that before, to where it just defaults to piano because I think it just doesn't do that, because every time I have to change that as well. So that's something to think about. Good question, though, Mr. Ware. Like I said, I hope this is helpful for most of you all. If we got a couple more questions, I'll hang out for another couple of minutes. Hopefully this was helpful. And if I'm not mistaken, it will pull up the last part you accessed. For me, it doesn't. I always have to go back and change that every week. Even our guitarists have always asked that same question, even though they play from a lead sheet every week. It just develops in some other instrument. Yes, it is very similar to Planning Center. Planning Center has a little bit more stuff in there that I think could use some explaining, and why. Why do we have to have the Planning Center app and the Music Stand app? Some of you may ask, but I find Music Stand to be the default app for choir members. The services, I think, is more on the side for scheduling and making sure you know what you signed up for, what services you're a part of, and it'll give you alerts as well. Thanks, Brian, for coming in tonight. And so I'll talk more about that on another video on services. So good question, Iris. Thanks for bringing that up. All right. Well, I think we're going to bring it to a close, and I hope this was helpful. Like I said, if you have questions, feel free to email me. You know how to reach me if you're on Facebook. Find me at Hunter's Glen, and I'll help you out. Michael says, I'm sure it remembers if you have already said it. That's right. If you've already said it, it will remember every time you log in, but for the first time, it will not remember. So that's why every week you have to change things up. Okay. Well, guys, thanks for tuning in tonight. I hope this was helpful for you. And I'll see you on the next video. And we'll have something coming out on Planning Center Services next. And grateful for each of you. God bless you. Have a good night.